Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Pauline Fu. In this video, I will present ordinary simple annuities. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to distinguish between types of annuities based on term, payment date, and conversion period. And you are going to compute future value for ordinary simple annuities. So first, what is an annuity? It is a series of payments. For example, if you rent an apartment, you make a payment every month. If you buy a house, you make a payment every month. Okay. The term annuity applies to all periodic payment plans, the most frequent of which require annual, semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly payments. There is a wide applications for annuities in finance, business, and other areas. So we already know annuity is a series of payments. Usually it is equal size every month, every quarter, every half year, or every year. The payment interval is the length of time between the successive payments. For example, payment interval could be a month, a quarter, semi-annual, or annually. The term of annuity is the length of the time from the beginning of the first payment to the end of the last payment interval. Periodic payment is the amount of each regular payment. So this periodic payment, we usually use PMT, okay, represent periodic payment. Term of the annuity, we use letter N. For example, if you buy a house, maybe term of the payment is 5 year fixed. 5 year is the term. Okay. The examples of annuities. If you are buying a house, the chances are you are going to borrow money from the bank. So you apply for a residential mortgage. Okay. And then you make monthly payment usually. For the car, if you're buying a car, you can apply for the loan, make monthly payment. Student loan payment. After you graduate, 6 months after your graduation, you make the payment for your student loan, usually every month. Okay. So those are the example of annuities. For types of annuities, we have different types. One is ordinary annuities and annuity due. This is made by how do you make payment at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year. If the payment is made at the beginning, it is annuity due. So for example, you make payment for your rent, that is annuity due, because usually you make payment on the first day of the month. Ordinary annuity means you make payment at the end Next one, simple annuity and general annuity. Simple annuity means number of payment per year. We use PY represent number of payment per year. Every year, how many payments you make? If you are making payment every month, 1 year you make 12 payments. So PY equal to 12. This is on one hand. On another hand, if interest is compounded monthly, interest conversion period, we use CY. Conversion period per year is also 12. Suppose interest is compounded monthly. If they are equal, means number of payment per year, PY, equal to interest conversion period per year. That is the simple annuity. Okay. And if they are not equal, that is the general annuity. I will give you example. PY not equal to CY. For example, you make payment every month. The interest is compounded semi-annually. In this case, you make payment every month. 1 year you make 12 payments, PY equal to 12. Interest is compounded semi-annually. So 1 year, interest is converting 2 times. In this case, PY not equal to CY. That is general annuity. Deferred annuities. You don't make payment until a certain period of time. For example, after 3 years, you received a payment every month for $1,000 a month. That is the deferred annuities. Perpetuities is an annuity that goes on forever. For example, the scholarship. Every year, universities will offer scholarships. Those scholarships usually are running year after year after year. So they are perpetuities. Annuity certain and contingent annuities. Annuity certain means you know the term of the annuities. So for 5 years or for 10 years. Contingent, you are not sure about the term. Okay. So I already explained the types of annuities. So what is ordinary annuity? Ordinary means payment is made at the end of each payment period. So loan payment, mortgage payment, interest payments on bond are examples of ordinary annuities. Some institutions ask you to pay mortgage on the first day of the month. In that case, that is not ordinary annuity. That is annuity due. Okay. If the payment is made on the last day of the month, that is ordinary annuity. It is made at the end of the month. So annuity due, payment is made at the beginning. Okay. Example would include your apartment rent, usually due first day of the month. Simple annuities. Simple means the conversion period of the interest means equal the length of the payment intervals per year. Okay. So for example, a loan has monthly payment and interest is compounded monthly. In this case, monthly payment means 1 year you make 12 payments. PY equal to 12. Interest compounded monthly means 1 year interest conversion period CY equal to 12. So they are equal. Okay, they are equal. This is a simple annuity. When PY equal to CY, it is a simple annuity. General annuity, you have situation conversion period of the interest is different. Different means not equal, different from the length of payment interval. So for example, you make mortgage payment every month, but interest is charged semi-annually, compounded semi-annually. In this case, when you make a payment every month, 1 year, you make 12 payments. Interest is compounded semi-annually. 1 year, interest is converted 2 times. So PY not equal to CY, that is general annuity. Deferred annuities is an annuity that delayed for a period of time. For example, severance amount may be deposited into a fund that earns interest, and then it is converted into another fund that pays out a series of payments until the fund is exhausted. So deferred annuity, usually you save the money in the bank for a period of time, and after, for example, 3 years, and then you receive payment every year. Okay, so that is a deferred annuity. From here, there is an annuity. And over here, it is just regular compound interest, usually. Perpetuity. It is an annuity where the payments continue forever. For example, endorsement fund to a university or continuous benefit from capital investment. Annuity certain. What is annuity certain? Both the beginning date and the ending date of the annuity are known. If you know the beginning date, you know the ending date, you know the term of the annuity end, and that annuity is annuity certain. For example, your mortgage payment, your rent payment, you know you are going to, when the lease end, when you rent the apartment, maybe 2 years or 3 years. When you buy a house, maybe it is 20-year mortgage or 25-year mortgage. You know the period of the mortgage. If the beginning date, the ending date are not known, it is a contingent annuity. Example, life insurance premiums or pension payments. Okay, we don't know when we are going to die. Okay. This is a flow chart of classification of annuities. Annuity can be divided by ordinary annuity or annuity due. Ordinary annuity means payment is made at the end of each month, each quarter, or each year. Annuity due means payment is made at the beginning of each month, each year. When it is ordinary annuity, we have ordinary simple annuity. Simple means number of payment per year, PY, equal to interest conversion period per year, CY. That is simple. General means number of payment per year, PY, not equal to number of payment per year, CY. So here we have a simple annuity due. Simple means PY equal to CY. Annuity due, due means made at the beginning. Okay. And the term general, we already explained. General means PY not equal to CY. PY represent number of payments per year. CY represent number of interest conversion period per year. So that concludes session 1 of chapter 11, basic concepts about annuity. Now we turn to session 2. How do I calculate future value of ordinary simple annuity? Remember the keyword ordinary means payment is made at the end. The keyword simple means number of payment per year, PY, equal to interest conversion period per year, CY. Okay. So let's look at an example. Annuity, the interest is 6% compounded annually. Compounded annually means CY equal to 1 year. It is just one conversion period. 5 payments of 1,000 at the end. This end means it is ordinary. So 5 payments every year. Okay, so 1 year you make 1 payment. You have 1 payment, PY equal to 1. Because CY equal to PY, PY equal to CY, that is simple annuity. And this is the diagram illustrate the payment. So if this is the now, okay, forecast that now, because this payment is made at the end of each year, so end of year 1, you have 1,000 payment. End of year 2, 1,000 payment, etc. End of year 5, 1,000 payment. Okay. So this is an example of ordinary simple annuity. Ordinary means payment made at the end. Simple means number of payment per year equal to number of interest conversion period per year. So now let's look at what is the future value if you make payment every year and the payment amount is 1,000. How much you'll have at the end of the 5th year after 5 years. So this is the future value of ordinary simple annuity after 5 years. After 5 years, okay. We are used the same example from previous slide. end of year 1, you have 1,000, end of year 2, 1,000, etc. End of year 5, you have 1,000. So the question is, what is the value, total value here at the end of year 5? End of year 5. We can use the regular compound interest. Okay. Remember the formula for future value. Future value equal to present value times 1 plus I raised to power n. I represent periodic interest. N is the term. So first we figure out at the end of year 1, you have this $1,000. How much this $1,000 would be after 5 years? So use this formula. It is this amount. Okay. After this is end of year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Actually, there is only four years. Why it is 4 years? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay. So from here to here, it is 4. N equal to 4. That's why it is 4. Similarly, from the end of year 2 until end of year 5, it is 3. 1, 2, 3. So it is 3 here. Okay. End of year 3, you have 2. Okay. End of year 4, it is 1. And at the end of year 5, it is just the 1,000 itself. And you add all the numbers together, you get the future value, $5,637. Okay. So that is the maturity value of the annuity. Of future value, we use FV. Now, there is a formula to calculate future value. Okay. This formula said to calculate future value FV, you use periodic payment PMT times 1 plus I raised to power n minus 1 over I. I is periodic interest rate, n number of payments in total. Number of payments in total. Okay. So let's plug in the formula for this example. The same example we used before. Payment of 1,000 each are made at the end of every year for 5 years to a saving account. Calculate the accumulated value of future value of the account at the end of 5 years. Interest is 6% compounded annually. So when you use formula, PMT represent month periodic payment, that is 1,000. I, periodic interest, 6% divided by 1 because compounded annually. If it is compounded semi-annually, you have to divide by 2 here. If the interest is compounded quarterly, you divide by 4. Okay. And if the interest is compounded monthly, you divide by 12. Okay. So that I represent periodic interest. N is 5, it is 5 years. Okay. And you plug in all the related numbers, you get the final answer, the same as we get before. So this is the use formula. Okay. Another method, instead of using the formula, you can use a calculator. Okay. This is a Texas Instrument BA2 Plus financial calculator. In this calculator, you need to make sure the calculator is at the end mod. Okay. If you see nothing on top right corner, it is end mod. It is end. Okay. So to begin, you need to set up your calculator. Okay. Set up your calculator so that you have PY. Second PY means 1 year, how many payments? In this example, it is 1. So you type in number 1, enter. Go to the down arrow key. You have CY. CY represents conversion period per year. It is also 1. Okay, enter. Now second, quit. So always set up PY and CY when you use the calculator for annuity calculation. So after that, N is a term, 5 is N, 5 years. IY is interest. When you use calculator, you just type in number 6 without percentage. Okay, this is IY. PMT is 1000. PMT usually is taken as negative number. So you press negative sign and then PMT. Okay. And then present value PV is 0 as precaution to clear any previous entries. Final step, compute FV. See the same number we get here. Okay, this is the calculator method. You can also use Excel to do the same problem. So I'm going to open an Excel. It is still loading, it's pretty slow. My computer need to be updated. All right, so try to adjust my window so that you see both Excel and original question. Okay. So I'm going to use this cell to calculate the future value of annuity. Try to increase the font. So in Excel, you type in FV, means future value, opening bracket. And in Excel, you need to type in interest rate first. This is periodic rate with the percentage. NPER represents term, 5 years. PMT negative 1000. Okay. And then you have PV is 0. Type is 0. 0 represents the end. Payment is made at the end. 1 represents payment is made at the beginning. Okay. So you get this number. Again, you can check out this formula over here. Okay. So that is the Excel method. Now let's look at this example here. Ali set up a savings plan with TD Canada Trust, whereby he deposits $250 at the end of each quarter for 7 years at a rate of 5% compounded quarterly. How much will be in his account just after he makes his last deposit? Okay. So in this example, I will use 3 different methods. I will use calculator method, I will use Excel method, and I will use formula method. Okay. So now let's identify the given numbers. 250 is PMT, periodic payment. Term N equal to 7 years times 4. Why times 4? Because the payment is made quarterly, see? Okay. Each quarter, payment is made each quarter. 1 year has 4 quarters. 7 years has 28 quarters. Okay. And interest is compounded quarterly. So periodic interest I equal to 5% divided by 4. When you use formula, you have to use this number, I. Okay. And then the question asks you, what is, how much will be his account just after he make the last deposit? So what is the future value? That is the question. Okay. Remember, when you use financial calculator, you need to set up PY and CY first. And before you set up, make sure your calculator is at the end mode. So in this question, PY equal to 4. PY represent how many payments for 1 year, number of payments per year. And CY represent number of interest conversion period per year. This one, interest compounded quarterly, CY equal to 4. Okay. Now, so you are ready for calculator method. So to begin, second quit to clear the previous numbers. And also make sure on top right corner, you don't have the begin mode. Okay. Now set up second PY equal to 4, type in 4, enter. Down arrow key, CY is 4, enter. Second, quit. Now enter the numbers. Term N is 28. 28 is term N. Interest is 5%. Just type in number 5 as interest. When you use calculator, a financial calculator, you just enter the given interest without percentage, without divided by 4. Okay, so 5 is interest. PMT 240. 240 is PMT. So I need 250 is a PMT, negative PMT. And then you enter 0 is a PV. Finally, you compute future value. Okay, so this is the future value. Okay. So this is method 1, financial calculator. Now use Excel. Use Excel. I'm going to do it here. Okay. So equal, just try to increase the font. So equal FV, rate is 5% divided by 4. When you use Excel, the rate is periodic rate. NPER term N, it is 7 times 4. 7 times 4, 7 years. PMT, negative 250. Present value is 0, and the payment is made at the end. See, the same number you get with the calculator. Okay. So this is a method 2 using Excel. Method 3, use the formula. Okay. So I'm going to show you the formula. This is method 3 formula. The formula said FV equal to PMT times bracket 1 plus I raised to power n minus 1 over I. Okay. And I is 5% divided by 4 equal to 1.25% equal to 0.025. N is 4 quarter times 7 years, so 28. And you plug in the numbers, you get this number here, the same as we get from the calculator here. Okay, so this is this example. All right, in summary, this lecture presents concept of annuities, such as types of annuities, number of payment PY, interest conversion period CY. This lecture also compute the future value of ordinary simple annuities. Thanks for watching. See you next time.